Welcome students. Today we are going to learn about graphs. Okay. It's a very interesting topic. So what are we going to cover today is what is a graph? How do you represent data in a graph? How do you interpret it? And then answer the questions. Right? So graph is a pictorial representation of some data. Right? So let's say for to understand any graph you would need a ruler and pen or pencil. So have ready all those and then let's draw a graph. Okay. So right. So I have drawn two straight lines. This is called horizontal axis. This is called vertical axis. All right. So let's say on the horizontal axis we have few items. So one is uh, we are talking about some children watching some cartoon shows. All right. So let's take example of some cartoon shows. All right. So you have let's say Paw Patrol. You have something, let's say Pink Panther. You have something, let's say um, Bluey, and let's say Tom and Jerry. So there are four type of cartoon channels, cartoon shows that the children watch, and we are counting the number of children in the vertical axis. So it's this is number of children, right? So this is number of children, right? So number of children is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Let's say this is the number of children. And then we are seeing how many of the children are watching one of these cartoon shows, Paw Patrol, Pink Panther, Bluey, or Tom and Jerry. So let's take an example of boys and the children, right? So let's see, let's assume that around 70 boys, right? 70 boys watch Paw Patrol, right? Um, Around 55 boys watch Pink Panther, right? Then let's say 30 boys watch Bluey, right? And then let's say 45 boys watch Tom and Jerry. So we are talking about the boys here. So we are having 70 boys watching Paw Patrol, 655 boys watching Pink Panther, 30 boys watching Bluey, and then 45 boys watching Tom and Jerry. All right. Now let's add another factor, another data into it. That is about the girls. All right. So let's say 60 girls, right? They watch Paw Patrol. So this is girls, right? To differentiate between the data between the boys and girls, right? Now let's say you have 65 girls watching 65 girls watching Pink Panther. All right. And now let's say you have 30 girls watching Bluey. All right. And then let's say you have 40 girls watching Tom and Jerry. Now you have a double bar graph. So earlier when we already only represented boys in this graph, it was a single bar graph. Now we have two type of data, both about the boys and the girls. It is called a double bar graph. All right. So now this axis, as I mentioned, it is horizontal axis, or in other terms you call it an x-axis. Okay. This is called, so what you are doing here is number of children, right? This axis is the vertical axis or the y-axis, right? So this is the vertical axis, this is the horizontal axis. We are studying about the number of children watching the cartoon shows Paw Patrol, Pink Panther, Bluey, and Tom and Jerry. Now we know the data, we are seeing the data. Now we can answer some of the questions, right? So let's take an example, a question. How many boys watch Paw Patrol, right? So you look at the graph and you see that, okay, this is the data for boys. How many boys watch Paw Patrol? So you know the answer is 70. All right. Now let's say the second question is which cartoon cartoon show is watched equally by boys and girls? So now you look at the graph and then you see that the data shows that there is a difference here, there is a difference, but this is equal. So Bluey is the cartoon show that is watched equally by boys and girls, right? Now if I ask which cartoon cartoon show is watched more by girls than boys, right? So you need to look at the graph and see where the girls data is higher, right? So here it is lesser, here it is higher, here it is equal, here it is lesser. So this one, Pink Panther, is the cartoon show that is watched more by girls than by the boys, right? Now let's take another question. How many boys and girls have taken part in the survey, right? So now this is a bit difficult question, but if you know how to calculate it, you would be able to do it. So you know that in this survey you have taken the boys and girls for each of the cartoon shows, right? So you just need to sum up the numbers, right? So boys and girls for the Paw Patrol show is 70 and 60. So it is 70 plus 60, right? Now here it is 55 and 65. So this is 55 plus 65. Then here the boys and girls number is 30 plus 30, right? And then the end it is 45 and 35. 40. So 45 plus 40, right? So you sum up, if you sum up all this is the total number of boys and girls, or the total number of children that has taken part in the survey. So this is how you look at the graph, understand the graph, and then answer the questions. Hope you liked it. We will continue more and understand and learn more about graphs in the next lecture. Thank you.